What happens when a Hollywood action legend is asked about a respected martial artist? You'd expect praise, or at least professional courtesy. But in 2012, that's not what went down.
For real, if you were on the street and there was a situation, you want this Hollywood guy by your side because he could defend himself.
The question was simple. Name a movie tough guy who is legit in real life. The response was anything but.
Can I laugh in your face?
That moment right there changed the public perception of this feud forever. On one side, Steven Seagal, an actor who built an empire on a tough, untouchable image. On the other, Michael Jai White, a bona fide martial artist with the respect of champion fighters. But here's what makes Seagal's dismissal so baffling. He didn't just know White, he personally hired him. Not once, but on at least 3 separate projects. So the big question is, why did Seagal go from bringing White onto his sets to publicly laughing at his skills? Was the Aikido master genuinely intimidated by a real fighter, or was this just another chapter in the long, strange story of Steven Seagal? To understand the tension, we have to rewind. Before the interviews, before the public shade, these two were colleagues. In the early 90s, Seagal wasn't just making films, he was also the star of a series of Japanese noodle commercials. And for the fight choreography, he called in a rising talent, Michael Jai White. Seagal trusted White's expertise enough to have him design the action. That trust continued. When Seagal gained the clout to direct his first film, On Deadly Ground, he reached out to White again. White was offered a role, but it was problematic.
I'm fighting on the side of racist white people in a country western bar in Alaska.
White turned down the part, but he still worked behind the scenes, assisting the stunt team. And it was on this set that White reportedly saw a different side of Seagal, a side that was less about controlled artistry and more about uncontrolled ego. Whispers began about Seagal being unnecessarily rough with the stunt team, even allegedly causing injuries. The professional relationship was starting to show cracks. So, the collaboration that started with respect was already fraying. But the real explosion was yet to come. What happened when Michael Jai White was no longer just a choreographer in the background, but the main villain standing opposite Seagal? The story of their on-set confrontation is next, and it's not what you would expect.
By 2001, Steven Seagal's career needed a jumpstart. After a string of box office failures, the studio hoped Exit Wounds would be his big comeback. And once again, Seagal reached out to Michael Jai White, this time to play Latrell, the film's primary antagonist. But this time, Michael Jai White wasn't a behind-the-scenes choreographer. He was the final boss, the one character built up to be a genuine physical challenge for Seagal's hero. And that's when the simmering tension boiled over. The set of Exit Wounds became a pressure cooker. And according to multiple accounts, Seagal was the source of the heat. Actor Isaiah Washington, who also starred in the film, later revealed he acted as a UN peacekeeper between the two. Washington, Michael Jai wanted him bad. He wanted to put hands on him for real. What sparked this intense desire for a real confrontation? The stories are shocking. Both Washington and co-star DMX separately recounted an incident where Seagal, during a staged fight, allegedly shoved a stunt performer's head through a window for real, seriously injuring him. DMX himself claimed Seagal's reckless choreography led to him dislocating his shoulder. The atmosphere was so toxic that, according to Michael Jai White himself, members of the production team came to him with an unbelievable suggestion. "We're gonna make sure your fight with Seagal is the last thing we shoot, because if you happen to hurt him, we can finish the movie with his stunt double." Let that sink in. The producers of a major studio film were subtly giving White permission to take their lead actor out. They were that desperate to be free of him. For White, a man who despises bullies, this was a moral crossroads. He had the skill, the motivation, and now the unofficial green light. But when the cameras rolled for their climactic fight, White chose professionalism over vengeance. He later stated that Seagal was visibly nervous, barely even wanting to touch him. The resulting fight scene was a cinematic letdown, hampered by Seagal's reported no-hit clause and his apparent reluctance to engage fully. The real fight happened off-camera, and White, by showing restraint, had already won. So, White proved himself the bigger man on set. But how did he earn such immense respect in the martial arts world to begin with? To understand why Seagal's laugh was so off base, we need to look at the real, undeniable credentials of Michael Jai White. That's coming up.
If you only know Michael Jai White from his action movies, you might think he's just another actor who learned to throw a punch for the camera. But that assumption couldn't be more wrong. Michael Jai White is a martial artist first and an actor second, a distinction that forms the very core of this feud. His journey began not on a movie set, but in a dojo at just 8 years old. By 12, he had already earned his first black belt. He didn't start with flashy, cinematic kung fu. He trained in Kyokushin karate, a brutally full-contact system known as the strongest karate for its intense knockdown tournaments. This was the foundation for a lifetime of discipline. But Kyokushin was just the beginning. Over decades of dedicated training, White has earned black belts in not 1 or 2, but 8 different martial arts disciplines. Let's break that down. He holds black belts in both Shotokan and Kyokushin karate, covering the precise, powerful strikes of traditional Japanese styles and the raw, full-contact endurance of the hardest karate. His expertise extends to Korean arts, with black belts in ITF and WTF Taekwondo, systems renowned for their devastating and lightning-fast kicks. His knowledge also includes Kobudo, the art of traditional Okinawan weapons, Goju-ryo karate, a blend of hard and soft techniques, Tang Soo Do, and even the Superfoot system developed by kickboxing legend Bill Superfoot Wallace. This isn't a random collection of belts. It's a comprehensive education in global combat systems. And he didn't learn in a vacuum. He trained directly with icons like Bill Wallace, Benny the Jet Urquidez, and Dale the Dragon Wilson. This is why real fighters, not just actors, hold him in such high regard. We see him sparring with UFC champions like John Jones and Francis Ngannou. Jones says, "Michael Jai White taught me how to throw a spinning back kick without moving. He taught me how to move without moving." He's a regular training partner for legends like Randy Couture and works closely with elite striking coaches. In the world of actual combat sports, Michael Jai White's credibility is unshakable. He is the embodiment of Budo, the martial way, using fighting as a tool for character development. So, we have a true, verified martial artist in Michael Jai White. But what about Steven Seagal? Where did his martial arts mystique come from, and why has it always been surrounded by so much controversy and doubt? The story of Seagal's own journey to mastery is our next focus.
The 2012 interview wasn't the end of the story. The backlash from fans in the martial arts community was swift and decisive. Polls and social media overwhelmingly sided with Michael Jai White. Seagal's dismissive laugh had backfired, cementing his reputation as an arrogant figure out of touch with the real martial arts world. But in a strange twist, years later, the two men found themselves staying at the same hotel in Thailand. According to White, Seagal approached him and offered an apology, of sorts. White revealed that Seagal blamed the interviewer, Michael Shea, for pushing him into making those comments, even making offensive remarks about him. For White, this wasn't a real apology, it was deflection and damage control. The incident only confirmed what he already believed. Seagal lacked the principles of a true martial artist. So where does that leave their legacies today? The contrast couldn't be starker. Michael Jai White continues to thrive. He runs his own production company, creates his own projects, and remains a respected figure in both Hollywood and martial arts circles. He's still the guy UFC champions call for training, a living testament to skill and discipline. Steven Seagal's story, however, has been one of steady decline. Blacklisted by major studios, his career shifted to low-budget direct-to-video films, often released overseas. He's become more of an internet meme than a respected action star, famous for his refusal to run on camera and his ever-growing list of dubious claims. The man who once headlined blockbusters is now a fringe figure, while the man he laughed at continues to earn respect through genuine ability. In the end, Michael Jai White never had to fight Steven Seagal to win this feud. The real battle wasn't in a dojo. It was about how these two men conducted their careers and lived their martial arts philosophies. One chose humility, continuous learning, and respect. The other chose bluster, deflection, and ego. The final verdict is clear. When the credits roll on this decades-long drama, only one of them is remembered as the real deal. The other is a cautionary tale about the difference between playing a master on screen and being one in life. What do you think? If a real no-holds-barred fight had ever gone down between them, how do you see it playing out? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to see another Hollywood martial arts rivalry explored, check out our video on the untold story of Jean-Claude Van Damme's secret feud right here. Thanks for watching.